sorry, I mentioned it very quickly.
Bowl shop. Natural dressing, okay. Seems to be the lamb shop area. Shop around here. Body lambs. This is a shop on Main Street at night with some dishware, carpets. Place next door. Look pretty at night. This is the famous Blue Mosque at night. Tonight's the last night before Ramadan starts. We all have to fast. It's the last of 5 prayers for the day. Loudspeakers are broadcasting prayers.
namazına niyet. Allahu Ekber.
And now, about 300 or 400 yards away from the Blue Mosque is the Hagia Sophia. Here's a final view of the Blue Mosque from a distance for my new Hagia Sophia. Well, this is now the Blue Mosque the next morning. It's built in the early 1600s by the Ottoman Turks. Now we're inside the mosque.
No. Yeah. It stays only for Friday. To do some
Half uur lang vragen stellen. Als we klaar zijn, daar hebben we even tijd om te kijken. Foto's maken. En hier is de voetingang. Daar is het goes up there and pray. Bij de uitgang zit hier.
So he goes there, you can like read from the paper. You might see some bricks saloons
Oké, anders vergeet ook dat het zijn. Moet dus de deur uit links is 2 keer licht, dan zijn we daar in de voorhoek. Wat ik al geloof zijn. Die hokjes, een boekenmarkt in Klop.
Right outside the Blue Mosque now is the Hippodrome. We're standing at the center of a huge stadium from some years ago. Held 100,000 people. They had chariot races. And these obelisks here from Egypt. This is a site in 1532, a massacre of 30,000 people. All started with a big fight between rival chariot racing teams.
obelisk here. It was really hard. Actually, the obelisk was made in BC 1450s. This one was a pink granite. It was very rare to find in the world.
1450 BC, this obelisk was made. This monument to King Wilhelm II, the German emperor who started World War I. Background is the Hagia Sophia, which we're going to next. Different view of the Hagia Sophia, and in the background, the Blue Mosque. So next we're going to Topkapi Palace instead of the Hagia. The scene is now taken from the Topkapi Palace overlooking the Bosphorus, the body of water that connects on the left Europe with Asia on the right. This is considered to be the separation of the two continents. These tiles are outside the circumcision room where the princes were all circumcised. We're now about to enter the Hagia Sophia. This church is the fourth church in the site, built by Emperor Justinian in 537. Now inside, it was turned into a mosque in the 1500s when the Ottomans took over. It was restored in the middle 1800s. And we're still working on it again. Refurbishing the tile. This thing is called a mirab. It points to the direction of Mecca. This is now a view from the upper balcony of the church or the mosque. Here's a kebab shop. In the background, welcome McDonald's. Here's a sweet shop. Baklava. 17 lira kilo. $10 per kilo. $400 a pound. Street here now. Can you show me, guys? Squeezing pomegranates. This is a quaint old cemetery. And next to tomb of one of the sultans, the rulers. Right along the main street. City. This is the Suleimani Mosque, built in the 1550s. This view is now from every side. It's now the top of the dome inside the mosque. Bosphorus. Bridge going across the new city. This tower here is 205 feet tall, like a ladder tower built by the Genoese, Genoa, 1348. Lasted for about 10 years until the Ottomans took over the area. Now along the goal. Fish market.
Abi gösterin. Kesin bekliyoruz. Ya para ne kardeşim? Allah yapın zaten. Ama yavru değil. Dört tane.
This is the Paris Palace Hotel in Istanbul, famous by history's book Murder on the Orient Express. The Orient Express was a train that went all across Europe and ended in Constantinople, called Istanbul. Here comes the ancient elderly, 1892 elderly. There's the car and off from the top. And looking all the way up to about the 6th floor where it goes. And there it goes up to the top. Here's room 103, where Greta Garbo stayed many years ago. Right down the hall to the left is where the father of the Turkey stayed. It's now a museum. Here's the outside of it. Here's now the Galata Tower at night. There's a restaurant and bar up there. There's a Suleiman night. Another view. Same view, but pretty well Suleiman Mosque is back. Here we have the new mosque. Just in time for evening prayers. I'm now in Ankara, capital of the country. This is the mausoleum of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. He's the founder of the country in 1923. This is now taken inside the building itself. There's a sarcophagus there. Here's a statue of Ataturk, the founder of Turkey, modern Turkey in 1923. See his statues everywhere. We're now entering the underground city of Cappadocia, the area of the soft rock which has been carved out underground. This is the first room of the city, which held up to 10,000 people who lived here for up to 6 months at a time. There were 7 floors in here. This is the first floor. It was down 6 more. Another big city about 4 kilometers away, 4 miles away, held up to 100,000 people. And we're starting to walk through it.
Okay, then we're gonna meet here, okay, guys?
We go down. the ramp to the second floor.
For them, you mean?
Schufa, it's good for Schufa.
Tufa, this is Tufa and Baza.
Now, I read one of the guidebooks, they said they could stay down here for as long as 6 months at a time, is that correct?
6 months, yes. Up to 6 months.
You can have cupboards for ventilation as well to the
Yes,
outside.
they have ventilation.
Next door.
There we go.
How far from here? Right here.
Hello, Ozzy.
Looks like a storage room. This room here is a church.
That would have been a great job.
One of several. Shows how thin the wall here is. It's a soft stone, tofu stone. Was it too narrow?
I think someone's got stuck down there. Oh,
Somebody got stuck down there?
yeah.
Can't go around, is it?
Doing my packing is good.
Should have eaten so much lunch, I guess.
No,
It's a narrow passageway we have to run out. People have a hard time getting through. It's about 30 feet in length. That one back there was a winery.
This is one of the stones that's used to block the entrance into caves. Keeps people better in.
Right next to the winery. And this is the entrance out there. But in case enemies came down from the top, because each room had their own entrance to the top, the stone here would be rolled into place to the right to block the entrance. And the hole in the middle could be used to either spear the enemy or shoot an arrow into the enemy. So then they would roll it back once they had to open it up. There's the wine room. Going through another tunnel now. This is the longest tunnel in the city. And this here was a ventilation shaft, which also served as a well way down below. Can't even see the bottom. Very, very deep. There's a well down there. Sunrise now. It could be around the same day. The blue's white open the ocean. Firing up the blues here. Looks like a fine blues. You get one full blue. Comes the sun.
Oh, there's the sun coming.
I wonder why I'm shaking like a leaf.
One is enough.
And we are off. Here we go.
So grapes drying in there. Oops.
Buzadan vazgeçtim ben. Lav verdim. O tarafa gitmiyor aşağıda. Duruyor.
Ja.
Oh.
Wow.
Du kannst echt die Fotos austauschen.
Herzlich. Yes.
Oh.
I want to take my videos here. I have a woman next to me who is very brave, and I am not. Wow. Amazing. I didn't think we'd get so close.
Lifting us. And of course,
There's her shadow.
no, we're same size as
Is
the
her shadow?
And
That's our shadow, yes?
Yes.
You can have it this time. I can't believe it.
They didn't trap them. No, they were only using. They were providing them nests actually to be able to collect the droppings. You do one burn if you want to stay low and go to White Valley, and 2 burns if you want to go up high.
They call it the castle in the background there. It's called the castle. We'll see that this afternoon.
I decided to land here.
Fantastic area.
Almost.
Waiting.
Lowers the greenie.
No battery downtown.
Where is he going?
We're now about 3,000 feet above the ground.
It has to be the minibus.
There are three balloons below us now.
But you can go with the minibus.
He's now spinning us around.
Space anymore, and they put power line.
So if somebody wanted to come and move in,
Yeah.
could they?
To this
Yeah.
place?
Now they're taking us very close to the ground.
No?
Yeah, wait.
No, it's not so.
That's her shadow there.
Yeah.
With her shadow.
Who's just hiding behind me?
Shadow of our balloons on that balloon. My ears are popping. Now we're coming down for a landing, and that must be our vehicle. Yes, we're gonna land right in that tree, or that tree.
Değmeyeceğim.
A bit closer.
Sağa mı? Tamam. Ekin tarlasına çektik.
Hocam acı frene bas. Yavaşladın sağa doğru çekiyor.
Now everybody helps to walk it down. This rock is 2 million year old. Tufa. Volcanic deposits, very soft.
The question, how do they irrigate their fields? It's very difficult. They bring water down there, we have wells in different parts of Kapadokya.
That was a house.
Yes, so they carry water every time.
And this one was a church.
It's very difficult. Sen nerede kalıyorsun? Allah'ın orada mı yani? Onlar benimki de. Tamam o zaman biz seninle de bitti. Ve şu iki kişi var ya. Ben bunları biraz orarım burada. He. Biraz oyalarsan. Sen oyala. Yok şu ikisini geçireyim yeter. Onlar da geçer.
This is the interior of the church.
We just saw before it was actually a church, and this is the interior of it.
Reading from the gospel.
Stop it, one can't on it.
Pardon me, solid rock.
No, it's church. It is church. It is, yes, it's church. Is it? Yeah. This is the same. Shaft of water.
And now at the top of the big rock called Castle, probably about 300 feet above the surrounding terrain. That's what I saw this morning when I was flying in the balloon. Many rooms are carved into this. Listen to you from below. Another church carved into
そして近くにはリンゴ畑があったので、リンゴの教会が出たんです。さっきのクレヨン教会と全く同じ場面、結構ね、先ほどところは、これ全く同じ、まっすぐ行ったら、水源まで右側に。
There were some 900 churches, small churches like this in this area. And this right here was a dining room. This big long table could hold 100 people. This original stone. Where's your table? The wooden bench here covers up the original stone seats. Here's now an overview or panoramic view of all the churches and places here. Spans more than 180 degrees. This building here is sort of like a motel for the caravans. This is built in 1229. These were built about every 20 or so miles apart. The distance that a camel could travel in one day. They're supported with taxes that were paid by entering into the area. And they would be, you could stay here for 3 days free of charge. This is now the inside. Very interesting stairway. Curious.
Tipeee, c'est sorti. Donc ça pourrait être accès. Petite plaque sortie. Sortie interdite.
Ah oui, sortie interdite.
Donc je pense que ça doit vouloir dire aussi bien monter d'essence.
Voilà.
Je faisais le point longtemps.
Avec un cheval?
Ouais. Ah, c'est pas mal, hein? Ça, j'ai connu la rappeuse qu'on a. Bon, alors, c'était pas tout à fait le même système. Celui-là, c'est contraire, le siège était ici, mais le système était le même. Le siège était là, puis ça mettait là. Alors, quand ça tombait en bouteille, et il y a.
This is now the inner recesses of the area. They held all the stables for the animals. This is the entrance to a monastery. A man by the name of Ravana established the sect of Muslims called the Whirling Dervishes. Whirling Dervish means that they would whirl around and dance, and the dance that got them into a trance that would connect them with directly with God. We would dance with these hats on and a black robe to begin with, which represented death. And as they started dancing, it would Spin around, the black would come off, and white robe would be underneath, which represents life. These are hand painted or written Qurans. They're equivalent to the Bible. Woman there studying the Quran. This one is from 15 or 1400s. We're now going to see Chimera. It's the eternal flame of Olympus. Burning gas comes out of a mountain, but this was a tale explaining it years ago. And here are some of the flames.
Huh?
I'm talking to my camera.
Oh, sorry, don't let me interrupt.
I didn't mean to be talking to any girlfriend, so. This whole hillside here is full of open flames. Pamela, why are you so wet in your back?
Hot. If I wasn't going swimming before, I am now.
Oh yeah, all you party poopers that didn't bring your bathers.
I'm swimming now.
You had to climb up from the valley below there.
Oh, the bigger one, so when it comes out in the photo.
Didn't you want me in front as well?
The flames here, the ruins of an old village. There's some very ancient frescoes here. Old red frescoes. Flames were. It's on the Mediterranean Now about a half mile up the river, the sea, this is a Roman bridge, remains of it, going down here to the river. "2,000 years old. And this is now a Roman necropolis, burial chamber of Roman times. The city was built about 150 years BC by the Greeks and then taken over by the Romans. Ancient writing in Greece, probably Greek. This is about 100 yards down the road. Still part of the necropolis, I take it. I don't know what that is. There's a collapsed house, and here what appears to be a fallen down bath. Some kind of big vessel for water. Here's some other unknown carving. No idea what it was. And here is the entrance to the theater. Seems to be rather small as theaters go from Roman times. Here's some of the rows of seats up on the hillside. The burial site and the theater site. Now I'm back on the beach. This is a very old tomb. It's lit up at night. It's part of a restaurant. Here's the carpet store. 10:30 at night. Still selling carpets. Cats are fighting in the alleyway. It's a big tourist town with a lot of other restaurants. Take up a little narrow courtyard here of restaurants and shops. Pile of fish here in a restaurant. This is what it looks like, a top of a sarcophagus or grave. A ruin, part of a restaurant scene. Quite pretty at night. Theater held about 4,000 people. This was in the city of Kash. The tourist town that I was in last night. On the Mediterranean. Leaving the port of Kos for a day trip to the coast. Up there, 3,000 feet high, is a paraglider I was considering taking. All these islands down there, just moving off the coast.
Evet, atlayacağım da.
Bırak verin kendini.
Water is very clear here. Let's see. We're now on the shore of this island. Greek or Roman ruin there. Local man cleaning his fish. This is a close-up now of the castle. This is now the inside of it.
Handan bakabilirsiniz anacığım. Bak denizin içinde mezar var. Bakabilirsiniz. Bak.
Tom.
Tombs. Bak. Bak. Lycian tombs. Makineniz varsa çekeyim ben. Ha, makineniz.
Aman sanki bak.
There was a very small theater. Here's the view of the theater at Kosh from the very top. This held 4,000 people. It was built in the 1st century BC by the Greeks and rebuilt in the 2nd century by the Romans. Here's a local greens market where we are buying our lunch. They're selling fish here. The woman looks like she's going to go. Got some plums here from this lady.
Now taking a boat trip up this channel, the hillside, carvings to the rocks in the 4th century BC. Lycian culture. Their tombs actually, the royal family of the time. Lycian culture, Greek culture of the 4th century, 4th century.
Here's yet another Roman amphitheater. Actually, began as a Greek amphitheater, became Roman. Actually, they call it theaters. Amphitheaters supposed to be called. These areas there, Romans called these vomitoriums. Some people go out there and vomit. You see a lot of blood when the scenes were being shown down below. That's the stage area. There are some olives and the olive tree. Growing out of the tree in the theater. Now right nearby the theater now is the Roman bath, built of course during the Roman times. Made into 4 sections. The cold room to begin with, the warm room, steam room, which the last, but the very first was the changing room. There again, like before, is the Acropolis at the top of the hill. There's a church here. It's a church built about the 4th century, an early foundation. Theater background. The site here was occupied as early as 9th century BC. There now is the interior of the bath. And finally down below, this was the harbor on the Mediterranean Sea. All silted in and reeds growing. So here's the Roman road going down to the sea. Mediterranean. These are the tombs of the kings and nobles. It's something we do about 50 some years ago in the West. $6 lira for that. $4. $4.50 maybe. Straight razor. This is the view now of the tombs at night. A long ways away. In the local village now, these three women are making this drink. You mix with water. It's a combination of yogurt, tomatoes, paprika, and other spices. There they are, mixing it all together.
Bak misafir getirdim. Hoş geldin teyze.
Hoş bulduk teyzem bakalım. Bakalım.
Gel bakalım, hoş geldin.
Hoş bulduk. Gel dedin geldin.
Tanıyamadım ama.
Tanıyamadın değil mi? Kamile
Bakıyoruz etrafa her şeye diye.
They call this Tadamar soup. You can't get this in Russia. They say they make it in the local villages.
Ya bilemiyoruz, yalnız kaldık.
That horrible noise in the background is a hen sort of crowing. A rooster, or one of the two. There's a farm building of sorts here. That's the sickly call of a rooster. This is now the city of Hierapolis, founded in the 2nd century BC by the Greeks. This was their cemetery, their Acropolis. It's pretty much destroyed in 60 AD by an earthquake. So all the tombs here were from that period on, a period of time which the Romans had occupied the area. People were Greek speaking, so they would have Greek writing on the tombs. You can see that. 3 types of tombs here. Or the sarcophagus, which really means in Roman flesh eating. They thought the bones or the flesh rather were eaten by the stones. This is a house type tomb. And off to the right, they're called tumulus, or circular type tombs. We'll be entering that next. There was the entry point. They had 2,000 tombs in this cemetery. There were 2 other cemeteries in other parts of the town. That up at the top is the top of a phallus symbol signifying fertility. That's the entranceway to the city, I believe. It's taken from the end of the cemetery. This, I believe, was a theater. This is a different view of it. I guess it wasn't a theater after all. It was a bath built by the Romans, built in the 2nd century, and then turned into a basilica, finally a church in the Byzantine period. 800 or so years after Christ. Well, let's now further on. Further on is actually the gates to the entrance of the city.